Hi guys, welcome to my instruction video. My name is Eula and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to start your crochet. I know when you hear the word crochet or knitting, the first thing that pops into your head is like old people making mittens and scarves and stuff for their grandkids. Knitting is actually for anybody. Crocheting is actually for everybody. The young, the old, boys, girls, anybody can crochet. And crocheting is an opportunity for you to be able to make whatever you want. Like scarves, blankets, cardigans, t-shirts, bathing suits, mittens for like oven mitts and stuff, everything. You can actually make anything out of, a lot of things out of crocheting. So there are so many different types of patterns out there that you can learn with the crochet, especially if you have like a specific idea or a specific thing in your head that you want to make. There is so many different patterns, but there is only one way to start. And today I am going to be showing you guys how to start your crochet. First, let's talk about the yarn. There are so many different types of yarn. You have to know what kind of yarn you're looking for. If you want, like, let's say you want like a fluffy blanket, you will have to find thicker yarns, like yarns that are thick like this. This is what you'll have to find. Or if you want something more thicker than this, you'll have to find, they have yarns for basically anything. But if you want, like, let's say like tighter blankets or like tighter like scarves like this, then you'll use like thinner yarns. There are different types of yarn, so you'll just have to go to the store or the fabric stores and just look around, do your research, and see what kind of yarn you want to use for whatever it is that you're doing it for. So first things first, when you get your yarn, you don't just use any type of crochet hook for every yarn. There is a specific hook for every yarn. So if you look on the little label that comes on the yarn, it actually tells you what kind of hook you need to use. If you're doing crochet, it shows you the hook. If you're knitting, it shows you the hook. So for this one, I will have to use the 5.5 millimeters of hook, and it shows you right here. It shows you the hook, and then I don't know if you can see that, and then the measurement. And then if you're knitting, it will show you right here. So yeah, you don't just want to grab any yarn and just any hook, because it's not going to work. The reason why you'll want to use the right hook for the right yarn is because it's very stressful when you are using the wrong yarn, when you are using the wrong hook. It's very stressful. It knots up fast, and sometimes if the crochet hook is too small, it gets stuck inside of the yarns, and you just don't want to deal with that. So just make sure you get the right hook for the right job, for the right yarn. So now I have my 5.5 milliliters hook right here, and this is what I'm going to use for this yarn. Well, this yarn asks for, because this yarn is a little thicker, it asks for 8 millimeters of hook, and this, as you can see, they are very different. This one is thicker than this one, so make sure you pay attention to these details, because you can mess up whatever you're making just by having the wrong hook. The easiest way to use your yarn is to take it out of from the inside part, and you can do that by just pushing your finger in there, bring it out, and it will come right out. So yeah, then you just pull out a couple of pieces a couple of strings. Just pull it out and just have it on your table or your working space. So now that you have your yarn on the table, you will want to find the end. Now that you find the end, you will want to pull the same length as this is how I do it. I pull the same length as the hook, because you will need this piece later on to tie up your work. So You pull out a little piece and you leave that to hang. Now this is like your working yarn. So now we don't need this right now. You take your end. What I do is I take the long side, the long piece, and I open my palm towards me. I wrap it around my index finger, bring it back in, and then this loose end, I put it behind my finger, my thumb. Now I take the loop that is in, okay, sorry, I missed a step. I put it behind my finger and then I press it down. So now this is what I'm working with. Then I take the loop, pull it out, and then I pull this long piece, the working chain, the working side, and I pull it through, and then I just tie a knot. If you have an easier way to tie a knot, go ahead and do it, but this is how I always do my crochet. And then you pull, and then you put your hook inside the loop, and you just tighten it. You don't want to tighten it too much. You want to have space. You want to have the hook going through it easily. Now that we have the hook inside of the loop, which we're not working with this until we are done with whatever it is that we are making. So now this is the working side we're going to be working with. How I hold my hook, or how I start it, I wrap the long side around my index finger 2 times, and then leaving the space in the middle. Hold it, and then I have my middle finger and my thumb holding the knot. The knot that I make, I'm holding it. If you are right-handed, I will suggest you use your right hand to hold the hook, and if you're left-handed, you'll use your left hand to hold the hook, because this is the hand that's going to be doing most of the work. So now that I have, now this finger, this index finger is going to be it's going to be up in the air like this, and then these 2 fingers that are at the bottom, they're going to be holding the yarn, the working yarn at the bottom. This is going to keep the yarn still, and it's not going to keep pulling out while you are working. So now that is in here like this, the first thing we're going to do is face the hook away from you, put it underneath the yarn, face it back towards you, pull it through, and then when you get close to the loop, you turn your hook down and you pull it through the loop. And now you have your first stitch. This is a stitch. This one little loop that we made is a stitch. And once you continue, you will notice that it actually looks like a braid. Now you will have to continue doing that over and over. So you turn the hook away from you, make sure the yarn is inside of the hook, turn it around, turn it towards you, pull it. Once you get close to the next loop, you face the hook down and you pull it out. Now you do it again. I will suggest that you do not leave, and one thing I missed, as you make a stitch, you want to move your middle finger and your middle finger and your thumb up to keep that steady, like this, and then this is holding this. So you just continue. And continue. And then these are your stitches. Now this is how you start it. This is the starting of your crochet. Now you have your stitches. You can make as much as you want depending on what you are making. if you are making, let's say, like a throw blanket, you will make this as long as how long you want your throw blankets to be. Or if you're making a king size or queen size blanket, you want to make, like, let's say, like 200 to 300 of these, and then just work with it with the pattern, whatever pattern it is that you are using. So yeah, guys, this is it. This is how you start it. I will suggest that you take your time and learn this step over and over until you really understand it and know how to do it. So yeah, guys, this is how you do your first stitch, and now you are on your way to learn how to make anything you want. And you can actually I will just suggest to continue to practice and make sure you understand what it is you're doing, because you do not, like I said, you do not want to make these too small or too big. And I cannot really teach you how to not make it small and how to not make it big. The only thing that you can actually do is just practice. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was really helpful, and if you have any questions, please let me know and I will answer them for you. Thank you. Bye.